In this tutorial, I want to talk about dilution problems. From last session, we remember that concentration is moles of solute over volume or decimeter cube of solution. And if you want to calculate moles, it's simply concentration times volume. Now, if you add water to a solution, what happens is concentration goes down, volume goes up, moles stay as is. So let's have our initial condition as C1V1 equals number of moles N. If you dilute it with water, you add water, you will produce a final concentration and a final volume. Volume goes up, concentration goes down. So the equation for dilution is C1V1 equals C2V2. Very useful equation and simple to apply. So in a case of dilution, concentration goes down, volume of solution goes up, and moles stays the same, stays unchanged. Now let's solve a few problems. First question I want to talk about is you have 10 centimeter cube of 0.1 mole per decimeter cube sulfuric acid, and you add enough until your final solution has a volume of 25 cm cube. What is the new, or sometimes called, final concentration? So let's just plug in our equations. C1V1 equals C2V2. We know concentration 1, we know volume 1, we know volume 2, and this is question mark. So concentration 2 is simply C1V1 over V2. Let's just plug it in. You have 0.100 mole per decimeter cube as your first concentration, time its volume, and I'm going to move 3 decimal places to the left, 0.010 decimeter cube, divided by your final volume, which is 0.025 decimeter cube. When we do this, your new concentration becomes to be 0.040 mole per decimeter cubed. So this is your new concentration, easy to apply. Now let's look at another question. The second question I want to talk about is you have then again 20 centimeter cube of 0.1 mole per decimeter cube sulfuric acid was added to 15 cm cube of water. What is the new concentration? In a question like this, be careful with the wording. Added means you really need to find your new volume. It's simply 20 cm cube plus 15 cm cube. That's your total volume. So C1, V1, V2, and C2 is being challenged. C1 is simply 0.100 mole per decimeter cube. Volume 1, before you added water to it, was 20 cm cube. You can convert it to decimeter cube by 3 decimal places to the left, so it's 0.02 decimeter cube. Now the new volume is not 15, it's rather 15 added to 20. So it's 20 plus 15. This is the place that usually we make a mistake. Centimeter cube. So it's 35 centimeter cube. Take 3 decimal places to the left, so it's 0.035 decimeter cube. Now we are ready to plug it in. C1V1 equals C2V2. So C2 is nothing but C1 multiplied by V1 divided by V2. In this case, it's 0.100 mole per decimeter cube times its respective volume, which was 0.020 decimeter cube, divided by the new volume, which was addition of the water to the old. So it's 0.035 decimeter cube. When you do this division, your new concentration becomes 0.57 moles per decimeter cube. This is your new concentration. I want to solve another problem. It's related to dilution, not necessarily dilution. Let's say you have 20 centimeter cube of 1.5 mole per decimeter cube sulfuric acid added to another batch of HCl, 10 centimeter cube of 25 mole per decimeter cube HCl. The question is, what is this new concentration? What I'm going to try to find is moles in the first batch, so let it be N1, and I'm going to find my moles in the second batch of solution before being added. Then I'm going to divide it by the total volume. So N1 is simply C1 times V1, which is 1.5 mole per decimeter cube, multiplied by 0.02 decimeter cube. When you do this, you will get 0.030 moles of HCl. If you look at the second solution before addition to the first ones, N2 is C2 times V2. In this case, you have 2.5 mole per decimeter cube, multiplied by 10 centimeter cube, which is 0.010 decimeter cube. When you do this, you will get 0.025 moles of HCl. Now the concentration, the new concentration, is simply N1 plus N2 divided by volume 1 plus volume 2. So I have 0.030 plus 0.025 moles divided by the total volume of this two solution, which is 0.02 dm cube plus 0.01 dm cube. So it's 0.020 plus 0.010 decimeter cubed. When you do this division, you will get 1.83 mole per decimeter cube. So this is your new concentration. This last question was really not dilution, it was just adding two solutions of the same sort of chemical, HCl and HCl, and there is a new concentration, and sometimes we need to be able to solve problems like this.